Hi everyone, this is the homework for Monday 1/4/16, and I just want to remind you that on Friday we're going to have a test on looking for Pythagoras, so you need to make sure that you pay close attention to both the warm-ups and the homework this week to make sure that you will be ready for the test and you'll feel good about your test score. Okay, here we go, moving on. So I'm going to give you a couple of reminders and then you're going to complete some problems. My first reminder is how to find the area when you have the side length. So to find the area of a square, when you have the side length of the square, you're going to square the side length. To square something, mathematically you write it like this, and what that means is to multiply that number by itself, because this is the base and this is the height. And so when you multiply base times height of a parallelogram, and a square is a parallelogram, you get the area. The reason it's called squaring is because you're multiplying it by itself, and it always works for a square. So 3 to the second power, or 3 times 3, is equal to 9 units squared. Okay, that's how you find the area when you know the side length. To find the side length of a square, when you have the area, you're going to square root the area. So you're trying to find the side length. You know that this is 25. You square root that 25, and that gives you the side. The square root of 25 is equal to 5. When you're finding the square root of something, you're asking yourself what number times itself is equal to 25. So what number times itself, because that would be the two side lengths, is equal to 25. To find the length of a segment, when you're shown a length on the grid like this, all you have to do is make it into a right triangle and then use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Now, when I make this into a triangle, this is the original line segment I was given. And so I drop a straight line down here and a straight line over here, and now it's a right triangle. And this angle right here is my 90-degree angle. So now this side length is 1, 2. So A is 2 squared. And this side length B is also 1, 2. So 2 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. And 2 squared is 4, and 2 squared again is 4, equals c squared. Don't forget to drop that down. Now I add these two together. 4 plus 4 is equal to 8, so 8 is equal to c squared. I don't want to know the area of the square off of this side. I want to know what the length of this is, so I have to square root this and square root this. That square root of c squared is c. The square root of 8 is the square root of 8. Now we can write this side length in 3 different ways. We can write it in radical form but not simplified. So that line segment is the square root of 8 long. We can write it in estimate form by using our calculator. The square root of 8 is about 2.8. Notice I put about 2.8. This is the symbol for about. Or I could simplify the square root of 8 into simplest radical form. To do that, I try to figure out what's the biggest perfect square number that can divide into 8. Well, 4 is the biggest perfect square number that can divide equal into 8. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. So here, because the 4 is underneath the square root sign, I can simplify that. I know what the square root of 4 is. It's 2. So now that 2, because it's the simplified form of the square root of 4, comes to the outside. I'm actually going to draw an arrow there, but change colors. 2 is the simplified form of the square root of 4. And this 2 stays underneath because I don't know what the square root of 2 is. So the answer is 2 square root of 2. So I have 3 answers. The estimate, the simplest radical form but not simplified. Okay, those are the 3 things that you're going to need to do on the homework tonight. this is the problem that you had. What I'd like you to do is I would like you to use the dot paper I gave you in class, and you're going to copy this right here. You don't need to copy A, B, C, and D because you'll have to answer some questions now on the video, and so you'll just answer those right on the video and they'll be scored for you right on the video. But I do want you to copy this line onto your dot paper so that you can show me that you made it into a right triangle tomorrow and that you did the work of finding out what the length of that line is. Okay, good luck.